south of Tisdale when she redoes Hoy. And if people can't get out through Tisdale, they're going to have to come through North Bay and go out St. Augustine, or go to Northwood Canton Road out to Green Oak to get out. So that's our bypass. And that's about $1.2 million project, and hopefully it'll be done in the next, well, if it ever warms up, it stops raining in the next 4 or so months. So, other news, we recently hired an animal control guy for the county. We do have occasional dog problems, probably every once in a while we hear about a horse that's in the wrong yard, those kinds of things, but mostly dogs. This past spring, Mary wanted a couple of sidewalks. They're not in my district, but they're in District 2. One's in District 2 and one's in District 3. They're part of the Madison County, I don't really remember what you call it, but sidewalk program. They're in that path. And so we've applied for grants for those, and hopefully we'll know soon whether or not we got those. They both are moving walkers toward the park. We're trying to get sidewalks to parks and schools in the city of Madison and the city of Richmond, so that's part of that.
Let me ask you this.
Yes.
Somebody else mentioned bicycles. Why is not the city, of course you're county, but city and county, why not the sidewalks that they're putting in now, you know, the new ones, when they did 51 and all, why aren't they wide enough that 2 people can walk and a bicycle can ride by, you know, instead of everybody having to get out of the way, you know, off the sidewalk? Do you know what governs the size of the sidewalk?
There is, I'm sure. And Dan, isn't there some size requirements for sidewalks through the MPOs and all those kinds of
Is it
people?
like a minimum and a maximum?
Probably. Yes, he's shaking his head, yes. I don't know what they are. He's supposed to know that, so I don't worry about it too much. Dan, for the county, he doesn't know for the city. But Janie, you could get with the whoever, or I think there's some public works people here, aren't there? Yeah, there's someone in the back you could ask them after the meeting, because I don't know a whole lot about this stuff.
Yeah, we know the public work people.
Yes. So I think that really and truly all of our job is just to try to help you be comfortable, get where you need to be, those kinds of things. My priority is getting you to and from the places you want to be. That's my priority. And I'm happy to answer any questions if there are any about District 1. Yes?
Green Oak comes out at Highway 51, if I'm not mistaken. Is it possible to put up a traffic light there?
You know what, I'm so glad you asked, because that's in the works, and it has been in the works since when, Dan? Yeah, MDOT is wearing us out, and they now they want the guy that lives in the house where the red light's going to be, which is where Reunion 3 will come across, and that should start being built in 19. But that's where the light is. You know, the poor little guy who lived there died, and they're making his son give us an easement and all kinds of stuff. All the documents were submitted to MDOT from this gentleman, last week? And hopefully, if somebody will take them some brownies, I think we will get that so we can get the light up. It takes about 4 to 6 months to get the parts for the light. Dan says right now there's not a big queue with the light people, so I wish they would give us permission so we can get that light up. But yeah, that's a dangerous intersection. That definitely needs a light.
But it has been designed and budgeted. We're just waiting for the permit from MDOT.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're waiting on MDOT still. Thank you for asking, because I forgot about that. There's so much going on. Anything else? Just so you know, I look at the bills every 2 weeks. I try to go through. It's really important to me that we don't waste taxpayer money. Any that we can save is good. So I do look at the bills. I ask a lot of questions. If I ask you a question, it's not to try to intimidate you. That's how I learn. And that's how we learned a few things to cut in the budget. Like we were paying, I can't remember now because this is my first year, X amount of dollars for 60 rugs that we leased. And we leased them so we didn't have to vacuum them. I'm like, that is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. And so we did keep a couple at the elevator and at the back door, but the rest of them we sent back. And now we've got the housekeepers vacuuming it, so it's all good. So we're all working hard. If you have any suggestions, just give me a buzz. And thanks for attending.
tell y'all a quick story about this roads in North Bay. There's, of course, North Bay's like all these other subdivisions you're talking about. We have, North Bay Drive hadn't been redone in 20-something years. Part of the neighborhood hadn't been done in 20-something years. So I did write the letter to the city of Madison, and actually copied it to Sheila when I wrote it to the city of Madison, outlining the streets that needed to be redone and how long it had been since they were paved. Well, fact is, every single street in North Bay that was on that letter got approved by the city and the county except one.
It's the street you live on.
That's correct. And it's probably one of the worst streets in North Bay because of Yazoo clay and the road shifting, and you just about have to stop to drive over in front of my house. Of course, I called my alderman and said, the fact of the matter is, it was a mistake that it was left off. The day after I called and said something about it, somebody from the city was out measuring that section in front of my house, and the city's gonna redo that, or you can't drive over it. But so anyway, so I said, well, they leave me off on purpose, or was it, I don't know. But anyway, listen, we appreciate all of you, and we know you're busy, and you probably get an opportunity to go speak to a lot of these type gatherings that demands a lot of your time in addition to what you are doing. So thank you for coming tonight, Trey, Sheila, Gerald. We know y'all have a tough job, and you know, just like the opening prayer, I lift all of y'all up right along with the mayor of Madison and our other leaders, and we need to appreciate these people, folks. They have a tough job, and it's an important one for all of us. So thank y'all for being here. And does anybody else have anything else that they'd like to ask them, or?
Actually, I have one question. Hey, Gerald, in Ridgeland, I cut through Old Canton to go to 51, to get to work, by the church, the tennis court.
Yes.
What are they doing there? They've cut down a bunch of trees. I mean, I was just wondering what is fixing to happen there.
They talking about the city of Ridgeland, MDOT actually has.
I mean, I have no idea at all.
Yeah, MDOT actually has the project, and they are going to realign that intersection by the drugstore and the tennis court that we can talk about. They're going to realign that intersection and move the signal light up a little, and that road will come out by Ridgeland High School. And it's just another way to be able to get.
Oh, over the railroad track?
Yes, it'll go.
Isn't there a subdivision over there?
It'll go right north. It'll go right north of that subdivision. And it'll come out in front of Ridgeland High School.
So you'll be able to connect?
Yes, you'll be able to get to the interstate. Yes.
Nice.
And my understanding is, talking with the officials in Ridgeland, this year it should be finished.
I mean, I just noticed that they started a month ago. Okay. Great. Thank you.
Yes.
Okay, anybody have anything else? If not, we'll adjourn. We'll have our second quarter in April.
I try not to. You kind of